Hey, this is cybersecurity expert Reginald Andre, and we have some big news. The U.S. government has finally publicly taken down a ransomware group, specifically the DarkSide ransomware group, which is responsible for the Colonial Pipeline hack. They have announced on their website that they're out of business. They're essentially shutting down. If you have ever been hacked by their systems, and they have they encrypted your data, they are now offering decrypt data so that way you can get your information back. They also announced that their assets were frozen, their cryptocurrency money was frozen and essentially taken out of their account, so they no longer have access to it, and that they're closing up shop. And they're even offering a support helpline that if your information was taken by them, they'll help you out to get your information back. So this is big news. Regardless of what you think about President Joe Biden and the administration, this happened under his watch, and this is publicly the first time we've ever heard about this. And the reason this is so big is because for the last 3 years, within the circles of us cybersecurity experts, we've always been saying, come on, the U.S. has the economic might, the military might. They have all of the, 3-letter name agencies out there, some we've never heard of, and operations we never heard of. At what point do they say, enough is enough? You can't keep on bullying our government. You can't keep on cyberbullying our U.S. companies. We got to put our foot down. And essentially, this is what they finally did. They put their foot down, and this cyber gang is no longer in business, and they're no longer going to be causing havoc in businesses and governments around the world. So my take on this is that cyber attacks are too lucrative where they're going to stop. I think this is a very, very similar case where, if you guys remember during the Afghan and Iraqi war, where there was a lot of unfortunate stuff that happened with the outsourced military group Blackwater, and how when they did what they did, there was they basically changed their name. And I think this is what the DarkSide people are going to do. They're essentially closing up that corporation because, in the sense, it is a business, and they're saying, look, our name is tainted. We kind of hit a nerve, and we need to just change our name. We need to lay low. We've made a lot of money. We've probably cashed out a lot of money before the U.S. government took over the account. And let's just lay low. Let's take a couple of months on vacation, and let's just come up with a new name. And you know what? Maybe let's not go after energy companies. Let's let the nation states deal with that. We don't want that type of pressure from the U.S. But guess what, America? They're coming after your business. Because why? Because if your business, you're making, $2, $3, $4, $5, $6, $7, $8, $9, $10 million a year, and your business gets hacked, you are not, unfortunately, going to get the full U.S. support that the government did for Colonial Pipeline. It was a very big black eye that happened with the administration, because one cyber attack affected 45% of Americans. East Coast gas prices were going up. There was gas shortages, not because there was necessary shortages, but there was a lot of just people just kind of freaking out. But nevertheless, if the pipelines stayed closed for a while, there was going to be gas shortages. So this was a big eye opener and a black eye to the administration, where they said, you know what, we have to take a stand. So your business making $1 to $10 million, that's way underneath the federal government's radar. And if you do get hacked, don't expect that the government's going to go bat for you like how they batted for the Colonial Pipeline. I hate to say it. So this is why it's so important for small businesses that you have to protect your own, and you have to make your systems stronger than your competitor, stronger than your neighbor, because the hackers are going to be looking for the easiest prey. So one other thing that was very interested is how the U.S. was able to essentially freeze and take away the money in the crypto account. Now, for those of you that know about Bitcoin and crypto wallets and mining, it's the fact that all of this can be done without anybody knowing. And the fact that the government was able to either directly or indirectly do this and be able to take the money off of their account, their crypto account, that's very interesting. So that tells us that they know more than what they're telling us as far as when it, as far as your money in the cryptocurrency. Also, it's been reported that the U.S. government did put some pressure on Russia because apparently the DarkSide hackers are in Russia, and it's essentially, it's not that Russia is supporting it, but the fact that it's happening in Russia, the U.S. government is saying, look, we're not saying that you guys paid or sponsored this ransomware group to actually do this, but you know who they are. You guys have informants. You know exactly who they are. We need you to go over there and tell them, look, they need to reverse everything they're doing because they just really mess with the wrong company, and they're really making us look bad. And that's what I think really happened. So as we continue to get more information, we'll update you. But I mean, this is just great news because I think this is really going to make hackers think twice about who they're going to target. And unfortunately, because of that, them thinking twice, they're going to go for lesser. Colonial Pipeline, they got $5 million from Colonial Pipeline. And it was interesting because Colonial Pipeline, although they paid the $5 million ransomware, they didn't even use the decrypting tools because it was taking too long. So Colonial Pipeline just basically restored from their backup. So companies and hackers like the DarkSide, they're going to go after smaller businesses like yours, like mine. And they're going to say, you know what, let's not try to go for the 5 million, the 40 million. Let's go ahead and just stay under the radar. Let's go ahead for the 300,000. Let's go ahead for the 600,000. Let's stay under the radar where we know that if these businesses go to the FBI or to Homeland Security and let them know that their information is ransomware, we know that's just going to be a little report that goes in, but nobody's really going to do about it. And we're going to still get paid, and we can continue doing this under the radar. So I'll continue to give you guys updates, and if you haven't already, please like and subscribe our page as we go live and talk about cybersecurity and how to protect your business from hackers. Thank you.